This guy's got the right foot of a wizard. David Beckham's right foot. Kevin De Bruyne's right foot. This is the level of right foot he has. And you saw James out there many, many times, who I rate as a player, running out of ideas because he doesn't have that delivery that Trent Alexander-Arnold does. So Maguire flops again yesterday against Germany. It was an incredible game actually. Up until 70 minutes, it was a dead game, dreadful game from England's perspective. They were doing more of the same. They did, however, get some chances, but it led us to believing what we already know about Southgate. Negative, very, very negative, keeps his creative players at home or on the bench, and selects and is loyal to the wrong players again. Now, I'm a Man U fan, but seeing Shaw and Maguire on that team sheet again makes me think, what's this guy on? And he said, we're judging it by form for England. By form for England after this game, Harry Maguire should never, ever, ever, ever step foot, wear that England shirt again. Now, obviously, he's going to be loyal to him again. And then we're seeing the same repeated things. So Maguire makes two dreadful mistakes, leads to both goals. When it's 2-0 down, or at least 1-0 down, Maguire's trying to dribble on the edge of the opponent's box through players like he's a nimbly.
Just like he was at Man United.
Just like he was doing.
Why he got dropped at Man
The
United.
reason, exactly. Abdi's telling you, our wonderful camera person, we're not even going to call him a cameraman because he's the producer, he's everything in this show. But look, Maguire, how is he ever, how he started that game, how he started the Italy game, how he's still in the squad, I don't understand it, right? But then Shaw, it makes a bit more sense because England don't have many left backs. They've got Chilwell. They tried Saka in the game before. So Shaw's been brought in for a real reason. We're lacking in that department, or England at least are lacking. What was that? 5 at the back again. That's his 5 at the back. But for me, after this performance, if you don't believe that the other centre-backs, Cody, Mings, whoever they are not good enough, White, who is left at home, if they're not good enough to play in your 3 at the back system, drop Maguire altogether, play 4 at the back. You can still play with 2 CDMs, you're still going to be defensively sound. Now, the other thing that gets me, and again, I'm a Man U fan, again, I'm not really an England fan. I'm an Ireland fan, I'm a Libya fan, which is where my countries of origin are, but I've lived here long enough to have some care about this England team. Why does Trent Alexander-Arnold never get a shot again? He's been poor defensively, but you're playing a 3 at the back. Going forward, this guy's got the right foot of a wizard. David Beckham's right foot. Kevin De Bruyne's right foot. This is the level of right foot he has. And you saw James out there many, many times, who I rate as a player, running out of ideas because he doesn't have that delivery that Trent Alexander-Arnold does. James for Chelsea almost plays like a right winger who gets in the box and finishes chances off. Fantastic player. Off the ball, a great player. But playing at right wing back, you can try Alexander-Arnold. He's not great defensively, but going forward, he is the best right back in the world. Why does he never get a shot? And again, last but not least, we're watching Sterling. Fantastic for England, by the way. But why has Toney been brought? Why has Rashford been left at home when you want to play this counter-attacking football? So Rashford, the start of this season, he's shown that in the Premier League, second only to Son and Salah in previous years, is the best counter-attacking football player, finisher, forward there is going. When we play that way, when Manchester United play that way and play on the break, Rashford is the best finisher. We are Manchester United. But no, really, look, he's come under so much criticism, but for his confidence, get him in. The chances that Sterling got yesterday, Rashford would finish, one of them at least. That's what we're talking about here. But Rashford doesn't even make the squad. Then Ivan Toney comes and doesn't even get a minute. What's the point? What's the point? Harry Kane, fantastic player, fantastic player. Very, very, I would say a good leader for England. When he's injured, he would put himself, his injuries, his body on the line for England and play through injury. But by 70 minutes, the guy was paggered, right? He was creating, yes. He didn't have a shot on goal until very, very late in the game. That was his only shot on goal. He scored a penalty, which he didn't win. Any player, or many players, would finish that penalty. By 70 minutes, why not bring Ivan Toney on? We're already relegated out of the Nations League. Give the guy a shot. I don't understand. These are the things that make me not understand what Southgate is doing. And the worst thing that Southgate does, not only his selection, his loyalty, not only leaving Trent Alexander-Arnold at home, leaving Rashford at home, and then after the game saying, if you've been part of this England setup before, we're still looking at you, still play well for your clubs, and we may get you in. We know no striker's going to play ahead of Harry Kane. We know Harry Maguire's going to start. We know Luke Shaw's going to be a main part of the team. We know Trent Alexander-Arnold's not going to play. But on top of that, with all the ballers you've got, why do we not play more attacking football? Against Germany, we were lucky in the semi-final, or is it the semi-final or quarter-final of the Euros? So lucky against Germany. Muller and Werner could have finished us off, but they didn't score, luckily for England. That's because we camped, we tried to be defensive. Against Italy, the same. You score a goal, 6 minutes into the game, then you try to camp out for 84 minutes plus stoppage time. And then they score, and then it goes to penalties. The Italians do what they do best and defend and sit back. You gave the Italians the opportunity to see out a game, and what do the Italians do? They see out a game, because that is what they've historically done. And then they beat you on penalties. Historically, again, what the Italians do. They've won a World Cup this way, recently, or in recent history. They've won a Euros this way now again. But you saw, after 70 minutes, when this England team goes for it, especially with Bellingham now in the team, they can kill teams off. Why are we not killing teams off, man? Go ahead and attack the teams. This is what I see wrong with Southgate's way of playing. I wouldn't say sack him, not now, but after this World Cup, let's get a real manager.
Get Tuchel in, man.
Let's get a Tuchel. Let's get a real manager in.
A defensively minded manager.
If you want,
a fucking good defensive.
If you want, yeah, get Jose Mourinho, man. Get someone. Arsene Wenger, of course, has been shouted for that job many times, but get someone who will make the best out of these players. Many people have said we need an English manager.
Fuck English
and
managers, man.
Potter and
Win the fucking World Cup. Get a fucking good manager.
No.
Not a fucking English manager.
I get that. I'm behind you, Abdi.
If you wanted a good English manager, you waited too long. Potter's gone to Chelsea anyway.
Yeah.
That was probably your best shout English-wise.
But would you say Potter's ready for the England job? That's another question.
He's better than Southgate.
He's better than Southgate, yeah. But look, you know what? I'm going to be fair to Southgate here. His best attribute is talking to the media, handling the media, and.
That ain't winning his shit there,
No. It's done well for him. No. His best attribute is uniting the team, uniting the country. That is literally what he's great at. Potter now, he's not an ex-England player. He's not been to a final or a semi-final with England before. He's not loved and adored by the nation, at least the older generation. Yeah. That's what Southgate has, that in his ammunition. If you now come after Southgate has been to a semi-final and a final. You've got to be big. You've got to do big things. And I don't think Potter's going to come in and be able to handle that heat. Is he going to get the same leeway as Southgate gets by the media? No. How, again, is in a long-term project. And again, why would you? You've got the top players in the world, man. You've got Sterling. You've got Foden. You've got, by the way, Foden never should be starting ahead of Saka right now. Starting ahead of Sancho in this team. When he plays with Bernardo Silva and all these wonderful talents, yeah, let him start for City because he's playing with ballers who play his type of football. England do not play Foden type of football. They play breakaway football. Foden, that's not him, right? But when you've got these players, you've got Mount, you've got Foden, you've got Sancho, you've got Rashford, you've got Grealish, you've got all these Sterlings, all of these wonderful, talented footballers, even Maddison, who they've left at home. You've got so many attacking players. You've got Ivan Toney, you've got Harry Kane, you've got Abraham, you've got all these ballers, yeah? You've even got Tomori as a centre-back. Watching Maguire play, like, what is going on, right? We don't need Southgate no more, right? Get a proper manager. I've said this before. If you had Pep managing this England team, he would have won the Euros and the World Cup because that's it. You've got ballers, man. Rice and Bellingham. What two better midfielders do you want to play in that system, man? So, with that said, after this World Cup, whatever happens, he's not going to win it 100%. 100%. He's going to get to the quarterfinals at best. Baha on the Urban Ballers has called it. What do you call, Abdi?
They're not going to get out of the group stages.
Oh, Abdi's saying they're not even going to get out of the group stages.
Oh, is it around the 16?
Round of 16. Round of 16.
It'll happen like a Germany.
They're going to get past the USA and Iran, innit?
Yeah.
They're going to get past the USA and Iran.
We hope so.
You'd hope so. Iran might give them this again. You know, how the Iranians might do their thing, but let's be real, right? The quarterfinals at best, if they meet a good team in the quarterfinals, the way Southgate plays, he's going to get it. Once that happens, we're going to see a good manager, hopefully, for England. Because even as a non-England fan at heart, I do want these English players to do something great because there's so many generational talents here. And with that, that's the Urban Ballers. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you haven't yet, don't be a bell. Click the notification bell and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.